AI is now core infrastructure. Global spending is projected to hit $632 billion by 2028, fueling the push for AI factories. The big issue now is build or buy. Joining us to explain this is Abhishek Srivastava from Arthur D. Little. Welcome, Abhishek. Let's begin with a bit of context for our viewers. What does it really mean to talk about an AI factory?
Building an AI factory refers to deployment of resources to create AI capabilities that you can claim to own. These are things like deploying and developing AI infrastructure. We see some of that in our region. There's also training AI models from scratch, which is rather rare and expensive. But most common use, and where we see our enterprises in the region making the most progress, are things like fine-tuning, adapting, or extending an existing model, such that the output and the contribution is novel and protectable, something that creates a strategic advantage. This work, the way we see AI factories, is a natural evolution moving from analog factory, analog products to a digital, and now in this time and age towards the AI factory.
And AI is now everywhere. So why are leading enterprises choosing to build their own AI instead of just buying it?
The most important thing for AI, let's say, investment decisions is which parts to build and which parts to buy. If you were to use generic AI models through APIs alone, it is difficult for enterprises to create a competitive advantage. What we see, as I mentioned earlier when I described the factory, are increasingly the enterprises are kind of waking up and investing more and more into developing clear competitive advantage compared to others in the space by really building capabilities in-house. Again, it's important to note not everything is built in-house. Rather, things are developed on top of existing foundational models.
Speaking of advantages, Abhishek, now on its value, where does AI actually create enterprise value today?
AI value, or the way we see it, is enterprises are increasingly recognizing AI as a critical strategic asset, where they're able to derive the most value is primarily in productivity and also new growth models. Within productivity, things like removing or automating certain steps is where we see the most impact. Again, the common example is chatbot, but even more using AI to come up with completely new processes or new ways of doing things is where we see AI contributing the most in terms of delivering value to the enterprises. The other area, which is more new, is in terms of new business models and new value propositions. Examples of that would be, in terms of devices, new AI-enabled devices. We have all seen smart glasses coming in. We expect more of those to happen increasingly, as you have seen in China, for example. The companies that are developing cars have more and more AI built into them. This is how we see the market to evolve. Impact to be quite significant both on the productivity/cost side, but also on the revenue and new growth model side.
Thank you so much for sharing your insights and for joining us today, Abhishek.
Thank you.
Once again, that was Abhishek Srivastava, Principal at Arthur D. Little, Southeast Asia. For more news, visit asiantelecom.com.